Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for.
Alright, we'll talk about succession. Niche. Niche is like the organism's role in the ecosystem. Specific adaptations that allow these organisms to compete with each other in ecosystems allow them to fill these specific roles. The niche is its place on the food web. It's what it eats, how it eats it, what eats it, it's where it lives, the habitat, it's how it affects other organisms that are living in that environment. And with a niche, no two species in an ecosystem can occupy the same niche. So even though you have similar species that live in an ecosystem, like here we have possums and we have armadillos, but those two organisms, those two species can't occupy the same niche. So what they do is, even if it's the time of day that they're out, so we got armadillos out during the day and possums out at night, but so that they're occupying a different niche. With succession is the ecosystem's response and change to natural or human disturbances. Okay, and we have two primary succession. So this is where you're just starting with nothing. So this could be like on the island, you got the ocean, you got the beach, then you have dunes. So on these dunes there's not very many things living. So, but you start to get this grass that can grow on the dunes. And these species that can start out living in these places where other things can't live are called pioneer species. And one requirement of all living things is that they have to die. So as these grasses die, and as more and more sand is blown up onto the dunes, you begin to get more organic matter, which means you can have better soil. And as these dunes get bigger and these plants keep dying, then this is going to allow for more plants to grow. This is going to become sheltered more from the wind and the waves and everything else. And so eventually those dunes are going to become the area called the hammock, where you can have trees growing, where you have saw palmetto growing, and even some pine trees growing, and all these different things that are growing, and then the dunes start forming again out here. So it's constantly changing, constantly constantly responding to the changes. The other kind is called secondary succession. So after this has happened for a long time, then maybe there's a fire that burns in here, and it kills all those saw palmetto plants. This happens a lot around Cumberland Island in South Georgia, and then when all this burns, it actually even helps the soil even more, and these areas can recover from that. And the secondary succession is going to be the plants that come in after that to live, and these ecosystems are dependent on these fires, because if you don't have the fires, you get all this shrub and stuff that grows under here, and the organisms that live in these areas, like cock-headed woodpeckers and a bunch of others, don't like that. So humans, a lot of times, we stop these fires from happening, and we actually hurt the ecosystem. And sometimes we set the fires. In Okefenokee, you have prescribed burns, which is when they actually go in and burn certain areas so to allow this to happen, and they keep it under control. So you can look on the book in chapter 4 and section 2. You get some more stuff on that. Blah. Action.
Hey you! Yeah you! We at Live Oak. We care about you.
You didn't say you're gonna. Action.
Hey you! Yeah, we talking to you. You right there inside this commercial.
No, which one we got to start over?
God!
Go.
Hey you! Yeah, we talking to you. We at Live Oak, we're experts on this island that you are planning to build a hotel on. We average a little bit. I messed up. So.
All right. When you're ready.
Anytime now. Hurry up.
Action.
Hey you! Yeah, you on this commercial. We at Live Oak. It's Spirit Editor. Yeah, I can't say it.
Action.
Hey you! You watching this commercial. We at Live Oak.
Go down in history.